Hello, hello. I know I'm an hour early, but that's totally okay because I have the opportunity to spend the evening with my darling Kevin. So I figured I'd come talk to you guys earlier because, again, Scentsy is supposed to enhance our lives, not consume it. So if I could push this forward to go spend time with my darling Kevin, I'm going to do that. And I encourage you guys to do the exact same thing. Prioritize your life over Scentsy. Scentsy is here to help you. So we are talking tonight, rope that back in. We're talking tonight about recruiting. So as you guys know, this morning there was an announcement of a discounted kit that is a $25 kit here in the US pricing, $33 Canada. It is a discounted kit with, give me a second and I will tell you what is in there. Okay, so they are getting a mini warmer, the Why Are You Blushing, a wax bar. They're getting the body samples, laundry samples, and it looks like the pet samples, several catalogs, and the wax testers. So, $25. Listen, a mini warmer is 25 bucks. A kit to join in March is 25 bucks. They're the same price. So, would you rather get a mini warmer, or would you rather get a mini warmer and a business and make commissions and gain new friends and all the other great things that Scentsy brings into our lives, right? So start establishing that mindset. Every time that someone asks you, hey, I want to order a mini warmer, you're going to say, hey, you know what? For the same price as a mini warmer, you can get a mini warmer and join my Scentsy team. No risks, guys. Listen, if they join, they join. And you are gifting them an opportunity to change their life. Listen to me. You're giving them an opportunity to bring in a consistent extra income, to do things like pay off debt, save up money, build a retirement, travel, date nights, whatever it is. Okay, so that's money. They can also gain new friends. They can also grow as a person by gaining things like confidence, by doing things like getting uncomfortable in business. They can have something that's just for them. So stay-at-home moms, that's huge. You're also offering them an opportunity to build up a business to replace their current income, which is going to give them more freedom than they probably have at their regular 9-to-5 job. So, my friends, the big thing I want you to take away from this, I'm going to say it like 7 more times for the next few minutes. You are gifting them an opportunity to change their life. This is not about warmers. This is not about wax. This is not about you. This has nothing to do with you at all. This is about gifting someone an opportunity to change their life. Listen, how many of you have been blessed in one way or another with Scentsy, because of Scentsy, financially, with the people you've met, how much you've grown as a person, the confidence, the self-respect, any of these things, guys? Raise your hand and tell me in the comments, what have you gained because of Scentsy? Now, what if you could gift that to someone else? I'm sure you know someone who is down on the dumps, going through hard times, mentally, financially, emotionally, in literally any word, any way of the sense. You know someone who could benefit from Scentsy. You just haven't thought about it like that. So you're gifting someone the opportunity to change their life. That's what we're doing. Remove yourself from the equation, because listen, guys, that is the best thing I did for this team. So those of you not watching from our team, we have some other people that are going to watch us on YouTube later. But listen, the best thing I did for my team, for you guys, is getting myself out of the equation. It's not about me promoting. It's not about me hitting paid at title. It's not about a specific title that I'm going to gain. It's not about a specific paycheck. As soon as I started to look at this as, I want to help people so that they can gain what they want out of this business. Once I established that mentality, everything exploded. There is this phrase that I love, and it does not have to be a religious phrase at all. Listen, in serving, we receive, and in receiving, we serve. When I serve my team, I will in turn receive whatever it is that I need. So when I serve my team and I help them learn, I help them grow, I support them, I love on them, and I guide them, they are in turn going to perform in their business in whatever way they need to, which is then going to help me and my numbers and my team, and those promotions and those paychecks are going to happen organically. Not because I'm sitting here like me. I want to promote. I need to make this much money. I need this. I need that. I need to earn this trip. Nope. Instead, I say, how can I help you achieve your freedom? How can I help you achieve your goal? How can I help you? In receiving, I'm going to serve. Because when my needs are taken care of from Scentsy, I can then pour energy and time into you. And when I pour time and energy into you, you then pour time and energy into your business, which then full circle comes around and helps me and my business. Does that make sense? I hope that's landing for you guys, because seriously, I mean it when I say remove yourself from the situation. Don't worry about you. You will be taken care of by taking care of other people. And when you are someone who comes at situations through this perspective, you are going to attract people who work like you do, who want things like you do. Because I'll tell you, the people I recruited, some of the people, and I'm not saying this is a fit all, the people I recruited before 2020 definitely work differently than the people that recruited after 2020, because I changed the way that I worked. I trained them differently. I worked my business differently. So I was able to train them to focus on parties, to focus on follow-up, to really stay consistent. And those people have done exactly that. Some of our biggest rock stars are exactly those people. And again, this is not a shoe fits all kind of thing. All size fits one. But what I'm saying is, when you level up yourself and how you work, you are going to then bring in people that join your team, and you're going to pour into them, and they are going to, in turn, help you achieve whatever you need to achieve. By helping them, you are helping yourself. So remove yourself from the situation. I want you to think about, you are gifting someone an opportunity to change their lives. All right, guys. So it's not about you. You're helping people. So we've been talking about helping people, helping yourself, but let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's throw some actionable steps into all of these pieces. So we have a $25 kit. That is like 3 trips to Starbucks. That is 1 trip to Target, 1 trip to Home Goods. That is a mini warmer. That is 2 Scentsy soaks. Like, guys, seriously, it's not that much money. And if someone joins, they can gain all those things if they like it. And if someone joins and they don't like it, the worst thing that happens is they still get a mini warmer, a wax bar, testers, and catalogs, right? Like, it's really a lose-lose situation. So let's go back to that actionable step. I need everyone here to get a piece of paper and a pen. So I'll give you guys a second. Get a piece of paper and a pen, or if you're someone who likes to do this virtually, pull up a notes pad on your computer or whatever else you are watching on. But I need you to have something, some way to write things down. Now, earlier in our team page, I asked you guys to list off all of the titles that you wear. So all of the different pairs of pants that you wear, all of the titles you wear. And you gave me things like mom, stepmom, grandmother, daughter, sister, aunt, wife, secretary, Hot Mess Express, friend, consultant, cousin, coworker, cat mom, grass cutter, housekeeper, receptionist, cousin, full-time employee, neighbor, housekeeper, lizard mom, PTA president, volunteer, chairperson, band concessions runner, wife, mom, grandma, nurse, more than full-time job, all around good person, supervisor, microbiologist, daughter-in-law. Great. Okay. So the whole point of me asking you guys for all of these things is because we are going to make a list of people for you to gift this opportunity to. Okay? Now, I know you're freaking out in your head. You're like, nope, Vanessa, stop. I don't want to do that. Listen, that is your ego talking, saying, nope, that's uncomfortable. Don't want to do it. Well, listen to me. The only way to grow is by getting uncomfortable. When you work out, the only way to build muscle is actually to break your muscles so they grow back stronger. It sounds messed up. That's why you get muscle soreness. Anyways, we're getting out of science. So, get uncomfortable. That's the only way for you to grow. The only way for you to gain new team members is by asking someone. And you may have to ask them way more than once. If you are someone who joined Scentsy, please tell me, how many times were you asked before you finally said, yes, I'll be a consultant? There are several people that I have personally recruited that I have asked 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus times before they finally said yes. And I can guarantee you almost all of them had said, I'm really thankful that I joined. My only regret is that I didn't join sooner. So do not get discouraged if you ask someone and they say no. Now let's get back to our list. I want you to make 10 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people. This is a minimum. Do not do less than 10 people. Because guys, remember, this is supposed to be uncomfortable. This is weight training for your business, for your mind, for yourself as a person. Weight training. You got to get uncomfortable. 10 people. Okay? Now don't even write anything else down yet. Just the numbers. I'm going to tell you who we're going to write down. If you are someone who wants to push yourself, you really want to grow, you really want to earn the next free incentive trip, you really want to bring in more money with Scentsy, you really want to have a team, you really want to hit the next promotion, you really want XYZ, if that is you, pick 22 numbers because it is 2022. So 22 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through 22 on your paper or whatever you're writing on. And as soon as you guys have those, we're going to cover who the heck you're going to ask. Now, I asked for your titles because those are the kind of people we're going to ask. So if you are a mom, even if you're not a mom, actually, chances are you know people who are moms. And you know who the really great people to join Scentsy are? Stay-at-home moms, because they typically don't bring in an income. So this gives them an opportunity to bring in income. And that can either help their family, or this is something that just gives them a little extra cash for themselves. That stay-at-home mom now can feel like she contributes. That stay-at-home mom now has something that is her own. Because when you are a mom, you usually lose your sense of identity. And you usually stop doing things for yourself. So this gives her a reason to get out of the house, to build connections, to meet new people, to do something fun, right? So, moms, stay-at-home moms, work from home moms, because listen, if they're working from home, it really wouldn't be that hard to add on a business, which is an extra 10 minutes a day of work. And think about what they can gain from that. Okay, great things about moms or grandmothers is that they know their kids, and their kids know other people. So I want you to start thinking about the people. If you are a mom, think about the people that you have met because of your kids. So if your child is in a sport, chances are you know another parent whose kid plays in that sport. So start making your list. I'm going to keep listing off different types of people that you can ask, and as soon as a name pops into your head, write it down. You are not going to say no for them. That's not your job. You're not allowed to do that. Because listen, if you don't ask them, then the answer is no. If you do ask them, then they get to decide if they want to say yes or no. But you don't get to say, oh no, they'd never join. No. That's not your job. I just want you to simply write down names as they pop into your head. Because you never know if someone really needs that extra money, or that connection, or the new friendships, or the something that is their own, or a reason to get out of the house, or XYZ thing that you can gain from Scentsy. So, moms, work from home moms, stay at home moms, people that go into work that are moms, people that you know from your kids. So especially like if your kid is in a sport, other moms or parents or whatever that you know because of your kid. Those are great people to ask. All right, let's keep going down the list. If you are a grandma, you know other grandmas, ask them. Aunt, if you have any aunts that would be incredible at this, ask them. If you know other aunts, ask them. Sisters, listen, I know a lot of people who get into business with their sister and love it. So if your sister is someone who would be great at this, or your brother, doesn't have to be a woman that joins your team, then ask them. Okay, someone you know who needs money. Someone that you know is financially not in a great situation. They need extra money. They have a lot of debt to pay off. They are struggling and they're living paycheck to paycheck. They would not be able to afford a $300 emergency if it were to come up. Those kind of people are amazing people to ask because listen, they may only make an extra $50 to $100 a month with Scentsy, but that's groceries. To cover that is huge. Or that just helps pay the bills. So maybe they're not quite as tight paycheck to paycheck. Or that's savings for when an emergency does happen to come up. Okay. Daughter. If you are a daughter, or if you know other daughters, or you have a daughter who you can ask, those are all great people. Anyone you are friends with. Friends from high school, friends who are coworkers, friends from college, friends from anything. Think of a friend or several friends that you can ask. All right, guys. Your supervisor, or if you are the supervisor, your supervisor is someone you can ask to join Scentsy. Your boss at your other job is someone you can ask to join Scentsy. Anyone you know from work is someone you can ask to join Scentsy. Nurses, bingo, that is huge. Nurses and teachers are two of the best people to join your team because they know a lot of people. They are hard workers. They are usually very kind, and they just do really well in this profession. And they could also really use the extra income. All right, guys, let's keep going through these lists of all of these titles that you all wear. Volunteer. If you are someone that volunteers, think of people you've met through volunteering and ask them. Because listen, Scentsy is a great way to volunteer, to give back by fundraisers. If they love volunteering, they're probably really going to like fundraisers too. And who doesn't love a great way to do that? Dog mom, hello, that is huge. Other people that have dogs, great people to ask. Because listen, you know what's funny about dog people? They're nuts about their dogs. Because they are very much people that will wear a t-shirt that says, I work so that my dog can have a good life. Why would they not sign up to sell Scentsy so they have extra money so their dog can have an amazing life? I'm not at all joking when I say that either. Those dog parents are a little wacky. I love them. But yes, housekeepers. Listen, if you're a housekeeper, whether you tend to your own house or you do this as a career, chances are they could use extra income. And they're seeing other people on a very regular basis. They would love our cleaning products. They would love our other products because they make things smell like they're clean, even if they're not, right? That is huge, huge, huge. All right, now let me go back to my list. Any friends, family, coworkers, people you meet at work or through business, neighbors. If you have any neighbors, those are great people to ask. Friends from school, high school, college, whatever. People within your community that you know. So that's people you volunteer with, people you go to church with, people you see at the grocery store or the bank or wherever. People that you know from your kids, spouse connections, people that your significant other knows, their coworkers, their friends, their family. Those are all amazing people. Those are all several different places that you can grab. And I hope you've written down names as I've listed those off. Feel free to pause this and go back and listen to it again until you get your list of 10 or your list of 22 if you're really pushing yourself to grow. All right, guys, now listen. Don't overthink this. If you don't know what to say, I want you to start off in one of two ways. You either start off by asking them if they want to borrow your Scentsy. So if they are someone who's never tried Scentsy, or maybe they've only tried wax and warmers, offer them a borrow bag. So this is just your products that you have at home. They borrow it for a couple days, a weekend, or a week, and then you ask for it back and say, hey, like, what did you think of everything? That is a great opportunity for you to let them try products, They see our products firsthand, they fall in love with our products, and then you mentioned that we have a join special going on. So they can order from themselves, get a free business with the purchase of a mini warmer, and boom, opens the door for a conversation. If they are not local to you, you can also just mail them something. This can be a regular card, just saying, hey, I'm thinking about you. Mail them something that smells good. Listen, fragrance evokes emotion. If you know that they love this scent, send them a sample of it, or a scent circle, or whatever it is that you want to mail. Doesn't even have to be specific to them. It's just be like, hey, I really like this and I wanted to send it to you to let you know I'm thinking about you. Now, we follow up on all of our mail. So when you follow up to say, hey, I sent you something in the mail. Let me know when it gets there. And then you follow up again in like 3-5 days and say, hey, did you get your stuff? They're going to say yes. And then it opens the door for you to talk about the product that you sent them or the sample, and say, hey, I just want to let you know that I sent you out that sample because we have a $25 join special and I think that you would be great at this, or because I would love to do this with you, or because I think you would benefit from XYZ. Now, when you are asking someone to join our business, take yourself out of the equation. It's not about you. It's not about what you gain. This is you helping other people. You are gifting an opportunity to change their life. It's going to be ingrained in your brain by the end of this training. So listen, you're going to say, I wanted to offer you this gift. I wanted to offer you this opportunity because I know that you could benefit from the extra money. Because I know you could benefit from from the connections and friendships you'll gain, the sense of community, from the having something that is your own, from having extra spending money. You could also say, I wanted to offer you this opportunity because I think you'd be really good at it for XYZ reason, because you know a lot of people, because you're so kind, because you have experience in your line of work already. You could also simply say, I wanted to offer you this opportunity because I thought it would be really fun to do this with you. Simple as that. If you love someone, like you're like, hey, I just really like this person, and you would just love to do Scentsy stuff with them, that's a great reason to ask them. So pick whatever reason you want. Tell them one of those reasons or all of those reasons. Do your best not to word vomit. Keep it super simple. And listen, you're going to hear the word no. People are going to say no, and people are going to ignore you. If someone ignores you, it's because of one of two things. One, they don't know how to say no, and they're not trying to hurt your feelings. They just don't know how to say no. Or two, because they forgot. Because they saw your message and then all of a sudden their toddler was scaling the cabinets, or the dog is licking the toilet bowl, or because their timer went off on the oven. They got distracted, they forgot. So don't be offended if someone ignores you. If someone says no, listen, they're not saying no to you as a person and who you are in your entirety, every fiber of your being. They are saying no to the opportunity. Now, back in my serving and bartending days, our conversations, our steps of service went like this. Guest sits down. I greet guest. I ask the guest, hey, what can I get started for you to drink? If someone says, no, I don't want a margarita, I want water instead, do I get sad? No. And then I say, hey, I gave you a second to look over the menu. Did you want to get started off with soup or salad or an appetizer? And if they say no, am I going to be upset? Not even a little bit. Because are they saying no to me? No, they're saying no to calamari. Are they saying no to me? No, they just don't want lobster bisque to start. And then I come over and I say, hey, I just wanted to see if you had any questions or if you're ready to place your dinner order. And they say, nope, no questions. We're going to get the halibut and I'm going to get the grouper. Cool, great, put those in, give them their food, check and see, hey, what do you think of everything? Clear their dishes, and I say, hey, before you go, can I get you any coffee or dessert? If they say no, I am not going to go home and cry about it, because you know what? They said no to coffee. They didn't say no to me. They said no to dessert. They didn't say no to me as a person. If they don't want dessert, I don't care. I'm just going to give you your check and move on to the next table. Scentsy is no different. They say, no, I don't want to join. You say, okay, no problem. That's it. And then you move on to the next table, the next person that's on your list. It's not about you. They're not saying you're a bad person because you asked them. They're not talking smack about you because you asked them. They're saying no, they just don't want to join. And that's okay. But if you don't ever ask, the answer is no. If you do ask, you have an opportunity for them to say yes. And you may be surprised by who says yes. That's why we're not saying no for people. I hope that makes sense. I would love to see your list of 10. Now, I don't want to know your people's full names, but if you could just give me their first names or even their initials and put it in the comments here. Let's see your list of 10 or 22 or however many people. Write in their first names and then tell me next to that how you know them or what is their title that made you think they should join Scentsy. So for example, number 1, Caitlin, nurse. Number 2, Sarah, teacher. Number 3, Tori, mom. That kind of stuff. Let's just see where everyone's coming from and let's come back to this. So let's give you guys a week or two to go through this list. We'll talk about it again and say, hey, where are you at? How's that going? Because listen, you can make a list and that's all great. That's the first step. But if you don't put any action behind it, all you have is a piece of paper. So you need to make the list and then you need to actually ask the people. So you could do that all at once, get it done. Or you could do 2 a day or 1 a day, or maybe every Monday you sit down and knock out 5. Something like that, whatever works for you, but make sure you actually show up and actually make this happen. What I'm going to end with is this. I officially, as of last night, earned Alaska level 2, which means myself on the boat and my plane covered and everything covered, all expenses paid, they're covering an excursion, all of that. And insert income disclosure statement, whatever. Listen, this last trip for me, I don't mean to sound like an asshole about this, but it wasn't that hard. It was not very hard for me to earn Alaska. And the reason why it was not hard for me to earn Alaska, yeah, of course I worked. Yes, I showed up, but it was not that difficult for me to earn this trip because I work my business year round as if it was an incentive period. The work that I put in last spring determined how well I did in the fall when we were earning this trip. And you better bet that right now in the spring, I am working really hard to meet new customers, to party, to recruit, so that by the time fall comes around, I have fruit to harvest. I am planting seeds now, so I have fruit to harvest. I work year round partying, recruiting, meeting new people, so that when an incentive does come, I really don't have to push that much harder because I already have a good foundation. I have a good base. I have good habits. I have good systems, and I have a customer base to support that is already large enough. I have people on my team. And listen, you know what the best part is about people saying no to you right now during this join special? They might say no here in March, but their situation might change come August, September, October. And then when you ask them again in August, September, October, they might say yes, which will help you earn a free trip. And let me tell you guys, there is nothing better than a free trip with Scentsy. So I hope that helps you guys out a lot. As always, I'm here for you if you need anything. Drop it in the comments below. I love you guys. I believe in you. I'm rooting for you and I'm cheering you on. You fucking got this. You're a badass. You're gonna go change some lives. Let's get it.